So Tucker Carlson is either currently still in or was in Russia recently. And if rumours are true, and they are pretty heavy rumours, then he has just interviewed Vladimir Putin, or Putin as the Americans say. Now, before I get called a Russian bot, I've been called a Jewish shill, a Russian bot. I work for the Rothschilds. I'm an establishment shill. I'll tell you what, folks, if I was any of them, I'd have gone past 100,000 subscribers by now. And they would make damn sure that my videos are being shared far and wide to spread their message, but alas, they're not. I am a little mediocre YouTuber with an opinion that's unpopular with people who don't like opinions that differ from theirs, and that's that. So anyway, he has interviewed Vladimir Putin, and I promise you folks, I would bet good money when this comes out on X or Twitter, it'll always be Twitter, won't it? It'll break the internet. It'll be probably the most viewed interview in recent times. And we all know why that is. And that's because Putin is the current villain of the moment. And I'm not a fan. I think his invasion of the Ukraine was a mistake. And I don't think it's for the reasons that you or I think it is. I think that when things like this happen, it's far more deeper and complicated than we could ever comprehend. But whatever the reasons, the Ukraine war has been dragging on and will do for quite some time because someone is making a shitload of money out of it. So yeah, Putin isn't a nice man. You can't be a nice man if you're going to be at the top of Russian politics for such a long time, or as long as he has. The guy has a completely iron grip over the country, and he's not a man to be crossed. However, saying that, I do believe it to be true though, that if Donald Trump was still US president instead of the demented, senile old bugger currently in the White House, Putin wouldn't have dared to cross that border into the Ukraine, but that's just my opinion. When Donald Trump was in office, all the bad guys stayed put, didn't they? They were all quiet. Now, because Tucker Carlson is also hated by the woke bandits in the US and elsewhere, and because these two are coming together to do an interview, it's already been vilified. They've described Tucker Carlson as a traitor and one of the leading members of the MAGA movement, Make America Great Again, in case you didn't know. Now, what people like Tucker Carlson, and Tommy Robinson for that matter, what they do is they're doing the mainstream media's jobs for them. They go and investigate and ask questions in places where the mainstream media or the legacy media, whatever you want to call them, where they should be going, but they won't. And this alleged interview, it's not even been aired yet, and already it's been twisted, misconstrued, and heavily criticised. I mean, it's what they do. They want you to believe their lies rather than look at something subjectively and practice critical thinking. And that's what this interview, I think, is going to provide. It's an opportunity for you to do that. There's a great clip on X or Twitter where a student speaks with a teacher and the subject is J.K. Rowling. And this student's opinions of J.K. Rowling stem from what the mob think. It's groupthink. And then slowly but surely you can see this teacher teaching this student how to think critically. And by the end of the clip, the student sees J.K. Rowling in a completely different, mature and intelligent way. And that's what we need in this world, more teachers like that, and more journalists like Tommy Robinson and Tucker Carlson. And so when this interview comes out, if it happened, then I promise you it'll break the internet. And before I go, I mentioned to the Van Man talks, I know we've had our moments and we've been political opponents, we've called each other names, etc. But that's it, we are just opponents, we're not enemies. Our differences are mainly political. We both have a different way in which we believe this country can be fixed. And I want to thank him for his kind comments regarding my interview on the Andy the Gabby Cabby channel, which you may or may not find to be eye-opening. So go over and watch that. And there we go. That's my video. That's what I think. Please let me know what you think in the comments as ever. And until the next time, Roger Trout.